Welcome back to Right from the Start. Today I'm going to show you how to make a traditional South Indian recipe, that's bisibelebath, with a twist. So bisibelebath basically means a hot rice and dal mixture. And when my grandmother taught me this recipe years and years ago, I love my millets and therefore I added millets to her recipe. And it's basically a mixture of dal, vegetables, millets and brown rice. So the ingredients for my millet bisibelebath are brown rice that I've soaked for about an hour, tur dal, again soaked for about an hour, then navane, which is foxtail millet, then I've got peas, carrot, beans, aloo, hing, mustard seeds, cashew, then dried coconut, red chilies, jeera, tamarind paste, salt, pepper, chana dal, turmeric, sauf, coriander, seeds and curry patta. So the first step is to boil our rice, dal and millets. And what I like to do for this is do a 1:3 ratio. So for one part of rice, dal and millets, I will put in about 3.5 cups of water. Even if it's a little extra, absolutely no problem. Just put them all in together. It's nice to cook them together because then they amalgamate well, you get a beautiful sort of a mixture as compared to cooking them separately. You can also add a little salt and turmeric while cooking this at this point. Pinch of salt and pinch of turmeric. And put this on and let it sizzle for at least about 4-5 times so that everything is well cooked. And in the meantime, we'll start frying off our spices for the masala. So it's very simple. We just need to toast off everything and then powder it, and that becomes a masala. So I'm going to show you how to make a dry tadka, which basically means a tadka without oil. So the whole idea of a dry tadka is that we're only doing good to ourselves by not eating processed oil, and let me show you how it's done. So I like to start with the chana dal first and then wait for it to just color a little bit, and then I'll start adding in all the rest. So it's a fairly high heat pan. You've got to make sure it's dry, that there's no water. Have a dry spoon. The next thing I'm going to add is jeera, sauf, pepper and coriander seeds. So initially when I started making these dried tadkas without oil, I would fry all of them separately because I wasn't sure how it would be to fry them all together. But over time and with experience, I'm confident enough to do this together. So initially, please do try it separately and then we can put it all together. So the spices in the pan have toasted off. I can hear them going sput, sput, sput. So time to add in the red chilies. Just break them up a little. I've got about 6 red chilies here. Now add in lots of curry patta. The curry patta is what gives the whole bisibelebath its taste. So don't be shy while adding it. And right at the end, I'm going to add in some more turmeric. So once this is toasted off, put it into the mixie and grind it to a fine powder. So the next step is to boil the vegetables. Now I prefer to boil them separately from the rice and dal mixture because then it has its own cooking time. And also, like my grandmother said, salt at every stage. Season it. Don't season it right at the end. Start from the beginning. You get lots more flavor out of the food. So just put in the potatoes, carrot, peas and beans, little bit of salt and boil it until it is just cooked. So our spices are powdered and it's time to make our bisibelebath masala mix. Now in the pan that I'm going to finely cook my bisibelebath in, I'm going to have it on a heat and put it in dry, no oil. Okay. And just let it roast off for a couple of minutes, and then I'm going to add water, tamarind, salt and let it boil up for about 10 minutes. So the veggies are cooked and I'm going to now put them into my masala. Now keep this water. Don't throw away any water in which you cooked vegetables because it has all the nutrients and you're going to lose a vital part of all the nutrients if you throw away this water. So don't drain it out. Find a way to use that water. So I've added it to this, and the rice and dal mixture with the navane has also cooked up. So let's add it in. So you can make it as grainy as you like, or you can make it as soft as you like. It's perfect. My grandparents love this kind of texture. And just add it to this slowly. Every time you add, just gently stir. Make sure it is all amalgamated, all mixed up really well. And let this mixture boil up for a couple of minutes. Now if you think it is a little too thick, add some water, because this tends to thicken as it cools down. So have it a little bit more watery than what you would like to eat. So it has all mixed through well. Let's move on to the final stage, which is making a tadka. Once again, it's a dry tadka with no oil, and this time our tadka is going to have mustard seeds, cashew and hing. And I said we had put in coconut. Coconut is going to go in right at the end after it has cooled down a little bit. Now the idea of not cooking coconut is that the healthy oils are released when it is put in right at the end, but the unhealthy oils are released when we cook coconut. So therefore it's a good idea not to cook your coconut. So I put in the mustard seeds for the tadka. They'll start popping soon. The whole idea of not cooking with oil is it is healthy for everyone. It's not just for a particular group of people, but all of us will benefit by not having oil in our diet, not having processed oil. Natural oils from coconut, groundnut, cashew nut, all of that is brilliant. Okay, so the mustard seeds have started to change color and they've started to pop. I'm going to add the cashew and the hing. Just stir it through until the cashews start to change color. And that's done. Add it to the bisibelebath, mix it through. And finally, coconut and coriander. Lots of coriander, it makes a huge difference to this dish. So remember that this tends to thicken up as it cools down. So make it a little bit more watery at this point. When you heat it up, just add a couple of drops of water and that will be the perfect consistency. So this is my recipe using Navane, brown rice and dal for bisibelebath, a South Indian favorite, made really healthy with lots of vegetables, no oil and lots of goodness. So enjoy it with your family.